Hi everyone, I'm Femi. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a part of a full series that is going to be covering all the questions from a 100 level college mathematics exam. I am going to be solving these questions step by step in a very simple language you can understand. Let's take a quick look at the full set of questions we will be tackling in this series. So, to avoid this video getting unnecessarily too long, I have decided to break down the solution to these questions into short, focused video so that it becomes easy for you to understand and follow along one concept at a time. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, be very sure to subscribe so that you can get along with us and watch the full series. Let's get started. Now, let's start with the first question. We are going to differentiate this polynomial making use of what is called power rule. So let's see how to go about that. We have the y dx equals d dx to bracket 4x cubed. So this simply means that we are differentiating each of the terms separately. So here we have plus d dx into bracket 3x squared plus d dx into bracket 5x minus d dx into bracket 3. So what the power rule is particular about is that we use the index to multiply the coefficients of our variable here. So we then subtract 1 from that index. So let's see how to go about this. We have 3 multiplied by 4. We subtract 1 from this 3. So we have 3 minus 1 plus our index here is 2 multiplied by the coefficient here, which is 3. So we have 2 multiplied by 3, and we subtract 1 from that index. Then in this case here, the index of x here, the power of x here is 1, although it is not written, it is invisible, it is not written, but the power there is 1. So we can easily take that 1 to multiply our coefficient, which is 5. So we also subtract 1 from that index, which is 1. Then in the last case here, we can easily see that this is constant because it has no variable x written beside it. So whenever we are differentiating a constant, what we have is always 0. So let's try to simplify further here. This is 12 x raised to power 2 plus this is 6, and here this is x raised to power 1, so we don't need to write the 1, plus 5 x raised to power 0, and this one is gone. So we can take our final results. As we can see here, anything raised to the power of 0 will eventually become 1. So let's try to finalize our answer. We have 12x squared plus 6x plus, once this changes to 1, that 1 multiplied by 5 will eventually give us 5. And that is our final answer for question 1. Now, let's move to a slightly different function. This is a composite function, so we are going to use chain rule. And how do we apply that? We treat the inner function as a different variable. What I mean by the inner function is what we have inside the bracket. So we treat this as a different variable. We then take the derivative of the outer function first. So we now use that to multiply the derivative of the inner function. Let's see how that is going to work. Now, let's t be equal to x squared plus 1. I am using this variable t to represent the inner function. You can actually use any variable of your choice, any letter of your choice. Now, we'll make sure that whichever letter that you are using is completely different from this and this. Do not use any of this as your variable here. Now, if our variable here is t, then we can easily say that y is equal to t raised to the power of 2. So this function here is now taking the place of t. So what I have here is exactly what we have here. So the only thing is that we have substituted what we have here for t. Now, how do we apply the chain rule now? The y dx is equal to, so what we have is we differentiate y with respect to t using this function. Then we now multiply by differentiating t with respect to x. So we can easily get this from this equation, and we can get this from the upper equation here. So let's see how to do about that. If we differentiate t, we can have that here, dt dx here will give us 2x. Don't forget that this is a constant, it becomes 0. Then the y dt here will give us 2t. So we can easily substitute this into our equation here. So what we have eventually is our dy dt, which happens to be 2t, will give us this. Then we use that to multiply dt dx, which is 2x here. So, but don't forget that t is never part of our equation, and we are the one that introduced t. So we have to substitute back what we have for that t. So our t here is x squared plus 1. So we eventually have 2 into brackets x squared plus 1 multiplied by 2x. So when we are to multiply this, when we are to simplify this, our 2 here will multiply 2x, and you don't need to expand the bracket. So what we just have is 2 multiplied by 2x will give us 4x into brackets x squared plus 1, and that becomes our final answer. It's as simple as that. And that is how to differentiate basic polynomials and composite functions. I hope that helped. It is very important for me to emphasize that the purpose for this video is to solve a particular college mathematics exam questions. However, if you want further tutorials on power rule and chain rule, kindly comment CR or PR in the comment section below. I can assure you that I am going to make a separate video to dive deeper into those concepts. Thanks for learning with me today. In the next video, we are going to be looking at functions that are involving division. So make sure you don't miss out on that. Stay tuned and see you in the next video.